In today's video, I'm sharing some Mediterranean-inspired meals that are not only delicious and high in protein, but also super easy to make. On the menu today, we got a fragrant basil cod and potato dish, as well as a chicken souvlaki bowl that's also perfect as a meal prep option. Let's get started. For breakfast, we're starting with some fresh fruit, of course, as I feel like that's a habit I've gotten into the past few years, and it just doesn't feel right to not have something fresh first thing in the morning. And today's selection is a kiwi and some blueberries, and I personally love a tangy kiwi. Let me know if you're the same or if you prefer the golden sweeter variety. Then for breakfast, I've been loving this egg wrap breakfast, which is so simple to make but tastes like something you'd get from out. So to make it, I started by chopping up the vegetables for the omelette. So for my omelette, I'm doing a bunch of spring onions and mushrooms. And I am cooking 2 portions here. You definitely don't need that much spring onion for one omelette, unless you want to. Once I had all my veggies prepped, I added some olive oil to my non-stick pan and added the veggies in to cook. I season with salt and pepper and let them cook for a few minutes, stirring occasionally. And now to a little bowl, I cracked a couple of eggs. I'm doing 3 eggs here because those eggs were tiny, but you can add as many as you want, and you can also add some egg whites to increase the protein even more. I whisked them well and then I poured it on top of the veggies that were fully cooked by now. I sprinkled some feta on top and then put in my seeded tortilla on top. I let it cook for a few minutes and then flipped it so the tortilla can get warmer and crisp up slightly. Also decided to add a bit of avocado as I love the creaminess it gives, so I added about half in slices on top of the omelette. I folded it in half and then let it crisp up for a few more seconds. And that was breakfast done. It's so quick to make but tastes so good, and if you love a warm breakfast that's high in protein and tastes delicious, then definitely give it a try. You won't be disappointed. This is so good, and the spring onion, it kind of reminds me of tiropita, and it's just so yummy. And the warm feta is just so good. It really reminds me of a tiropita, especially with the wrap that almost acts like a fillet. And if you like a warm breakfast, kind of like what you would get from Starbucks or from a breakfast place, this just hits the spot, and so quick and easy to make. 10 out of 10. Perfection. This was so good. And following breakfast, I usually like to have something sweet, and this is a super quick and easy snack that you can make in minutes. To make it, I simply added some almond butter and some medjool dates, but if you got more time and patience to wait for them to be done, you can also dip them in chocolate or even drizzle some chocolate on top. But even without chocolate, they are so yummy and sweet. They're the perfect quick snack. So good. These are amazing. They're so caramelly, and the almond butter is just so creamy. Such a good snack, and only takes 2 minutes to make. Lunchtime, and I wanted something fresh and delicious, so I decided to make a Mediterranean-inspired fish and potatoes, and this turned out so yummy. I'll definitely be making it again. To make it, I started by prepping the potatoes, so I just peeled a bunch of potatoes and cut them in medium-sized chunks so they cook at the same time. I added some boiling water to my pan, added the potatoes and let them cook for about 10 minutes. And while the potatoes are boiling, I'm prepping my vegetables, so I washed a bunch of baby tomatoes and also a big bunch of basil. I chopped the basil up as finely as I could and then peeled a few garlic cloves and cut them up in small pieces. To prep my fish, I just added all the fillets on a plate and I patted it dry with some kitchen towel to make sure they don't have much moisture when I put them to cook. I added some olive oil to my pan, and when it was hot, I added my cod fillets. I let them crisp up for a few minutes on one side and then flip them to the other side. And in the meantime, my potatoes had had the 10 minutes to cook, so I drained them and added them to the pan with the cod fillets. Lastly, I added my tomatoes, garlic and basil. I seasoned with salt and pepper, added a bit more olive oil on top and then covered it and placed it in the oven to cook with the lid on for about 10 minutes. I then uncovered it and let it finish cooking until the fish was completely cooked through. And here's how it looks when it comes out of the oven, and it smells so good and so summery. To serve, I added some rocket to my plate, added some olive oil, vinegar and salt, and then added the cod fillet and a generous amount of the potatoes. And then I had made some tzatziki for my dinner, so the recipe is coming later in the video, so I just decided to add some on top and lunch was ready. Another quick and simple meal that's high in protein and super satisfying. This smells so summery and so fresh. The basil is just so fragrant. I can't wait. And for once I didn't overcook the fish, so I'm very happy about that. It's still very flaky and soft, so let's try. It's like I'm by the beach at a tavern. Life is good. And potatoes. It is so much better than I thought. I didn't expect it to be this good because it is very simple ingredients, and I think it's just the way I cooked it. It has gone so soft and so it's just all the flavors have intermixed with each other and it's just so good. And I know the tzatziki is very random, but I made some for dinner and I fancied it, so I'm gonna mix it with my salad and enjoy it. It's so good. Also, my parents had it and they loved it as well, so I love it when I make something and people love it. I am so hot now. I'm not used to having the oven on because I always cook stuff in the air fryer, so I'm gonna go sit down, enjoy my lunch, and I'll see you later. Perfection. Perfection. For a healthy and high protein snack, you can't go wrong with a Greek yogurt bowl, so for my afternoon post-lunch snack, I served myself some Greek yogurt and topped with a kiwi and some banana. And for some extra crunch and healthy fats, I added a handful of walnuts. Lastly, I topped with some honey and my snack was ready. Another quick option that you can make in a few minutes and that tastes absolutely amazing. Dinner time, and I'm making a chicken souvlaki bowl that is guaranteed to make you feel like you're on holiday in Greece. For my grains, I'm using quinoa to increase the protein even more, so to prepare it, I rinsed the quinoa well for a few minutes under cold water, and then added it to a pan with boiling water to cook for about 12 to 13 minutes. And while it's cooking, I'm prepping my chicken, so I added my chicken breast fillets on my plate, and again patting them down with some kitchen towel, and then adding some olive oil on top. I season with salt, pepper and some thyme, and then spread the spices around with my hands. I then added the fillets in my air fryer to grill until fully cooked. And you can't have a souvlaki bowl without tzatziki, so I'm preparing a quick homemade tzatziki, which couldn't be simpler to make. So to make it, I started by grating half a cucumber and then added it to a strainer on top of a bowl and let it release as much liquid as possible. I then added some Greek yogurt to my bowl, a garlic clove that I crushed, and then the drained cucumber. I added some chopped up dill and then added some olive oil and a tiny bit of vinegar. I gave it a quick mix and our tzatziki is ready. For my salad, I'm making a Greek salad of course, so I just chopped some tomatoes, cucumbers, green pepper and onion and added everything to my bowl. For dressing, I'm adding some olive oil and vinegar and season with salt. I gave it a good mix and our Greek salad is ready. And my quinoa is now ready, so I just fluffed it up with my fork and let it on the side to cool for a few minutes. To make my chicken souvlaki bowl, I added some rocket first and dressed it with some olive oil and vinegar. I then added some quinoa and some Greek salad. Added a chicken fillet that I cut up in pieces and also added a few Kalamata olives. I topped my salad with some feta cheese and finally added a couple tablespoons of the tzatziki. And that was dinner ready. This was so yummy and it's perfect as a meal prep option too. And you can also add some pita too, as it's perfect for the tzatziki. So I had my dinner, which was so yummy. Now I want some cookies, but I'm too tired and I want cookies like right now. And I found an air fryer recipe, so I'm gonna try that. It says it's ready in 9 minutes. Let's attempt them. I can have some chocolate chip cookies and enjoy them with my tea. Let's do it. So I'll say this is quite misleading because the recipe said 7-minute air fryer cookies, but once I started making the recipe, it said you need to chill the dough for at least an hour, which I didn't do because obviously I wanted a quick cookie. I know with cookies you do need to chill them before you bake them for the best results. So I know it's my fault because I didn't follow the recipe to the T. And then it said that you need to leave them to cool for 5 minutes in the air fryer basket, and then again to cool completely in a wiring rack, which I didn't do again because I just want my cookies now. They are quite doughy, cookie doughy. Is that how you say it? They look a bit uncooked basically, but I'm gonna have them anyways. It's good because I'm desperate. I think if I had followed the recipe to the T, they might have turned out better. But also, cookies don't actually take that much longer to cook in the oven. So I think because you can only fit 4 in the air fryer, I don't know if it's worth the faff. So what I did is I did 4. I'll have as many as I want today. And then I'll chill the dough overnight and then cook the rest of the cookies in the oven tomorrow because I think that's just gonna be easier. But for now, I'm gonna enjoy this with a cup of tea and then I'll go to bed. But yeah, I hope you got some inspiration for some new recipes and I'll see you in the next one. And don't forget to hit thumbs up and subscribe for more yummy videos.